you see, as you analyze it now, you are just taking me back on memory lane. I just remember how we used to run on the street and shout and celebrate and how great that these players are. You know, it's a nostalgia.
Yes.
What I just say is that I just want the NFF to do something to make sure that these boys, they get to the national team. And that will be that we need to take risks. We need to take our chances.
Femi, who's your own best player?
Well, all these guys are good. Osimhen, number 9.
Okay.
And then the captain. Then this number 2.
Lazarus.
Lazarus boy.
Yesterday is the horse of the field. He's everywhere. He reminds me of Moklo Paraku and 10-10 in those days.
Yeah, so that's Brighton Mokaro.
Yeah, Brighton Mokaro. Yeah, it reminds me of those great guys. All of them are great. I'm just happy.
Yeah,
and I just keep the flag flying there.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Femi. Thank you.
Right.
It's so funny, Lazarus.
So the second thing is the MRI scan.
Yeah.
You see, the MRI scan is not a kind of foolproof
Yeah.
initiative.
To get the...
But it has succeeded in lowering the age.
So that you can't tell us...
So the reality, the best thing that has
You are
happened...
17 and meanwhile you are 27.
You are married with children.
You know, the truth is the Nigerian team
You
were
can't have a
actually said to
situation
be the
whereby
youngest.
Peter Ogaba,
Nigerian
who
team
had
were
been
the
playing
youngest at this tournament. So.
for a club in Makurdi,
Peter
will come
Ogaba,
and play,
I
and
remember that.
they said in 1987 they told us Peter Ogaba was 13 years. But of course that was a lie. So but the present crop of players are a lot younger than the players that we were using
Even
in the
if they are
past.
not exactly 17.
They are the youngest in
But
the,
they
were
are
the
the-
youngest.
We are not
in
their
tournament.
parents. We are not their parents, so we can't say this is their real age. But
Ayo.
you are looking at those boys and the fact that they've not, you cannot actually say that this one played for this club for this long, this and that.
I mean,
I know a player who was in the team, in this Tella team, who actually had 2 kids before the finals. You know, so this will not happen again with the kind of players we are going for now. These are academy players,
So-
and we have talents at academy
And we
level.
are rest assured that in the next 10, 15 years, we can maximize the
Yes,
potential
and
of
there
these
are
guys.
many
Not-
academies are springing up now. Many academies are springing
Okay,
up.
I have Abubakar. Abubakar, I think from Niger.
Ben Bade. Okay.
Abubakar from Niger State.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir. I'm so happy at the 17 World Cup.
We are all very happy.
I want to make Nigeria think about the guys who play well yesterday. Yes, sir.
I can hardly hear Abubakar, but the flow goes on.
Do you know one comment that I saw?
Okay.
You know,
On the
one
tweets.
tweet.
Yeah.
The guy said, the guy screaming Biafra, Biafra, that when Nigeria scored the winning goal yesterday, they were the people shouting up Nigeria, up Nigeria. You know, so football
a
has a
unifying
way.
factor.
Yeah, it has a way of making us to forget our sorrows.
So you're talking about the age thing, and we're talking about just how young this particular team is, you know, when you compare them to others. Victor Osimhen was here just before this particular tournament. Yes,
Was there?
He was here. In fact, he was supposed to come on the show. Maybe I should just quickly say this. He was
Okay.
supposed to come on my show in the morning. That's the sports center that we have in the morning. And Victor Osimhen could not come on air just because he was very shy. And he kept on telling me and the producer, Joshua, Auntie, Uncle, I can't come on air, I'm very shy. You could actually tell he was really young. I don't want to go talking about if he's under 17, but I could tell. In fact, I said to him, do you know you're just like my younger brother right now? You could tell he's a really young player. And you could see that in him. That's a player that at least you could still play for a long
Maybe 10,
while.
15
yes.
10, 15 years.
I think even Victor Ikpeba, at the time that he played under 17 for Nigeria, was really young. You will see it on his face, and then after a few years, his face transformed. You see somebody growing into adulthood. So, and look at the number of years that Victor Ikpeba played for Nigeria. Up till, I think, the year 2000, he was still playing for Nigeria.
Yeah, it was in Nigerian Ghana 2002.
Yes.
That's penalty
And he
shot
was still,
that
after
he held his head.
after that, he still continued to play at his club. You know, so if you have a player that played for that long, that should tell you that he started early.
Even Kanu Nwankwo played for a long
course.
time.
Kanu Nwankwo played for long too, but Kanu was clearly not as young as he
As
played.
he claimed
Because
as
I
that
saw
time.
Kanu for the first time in 1989 in Ilorin. I watched him. I watched Kanu and Taribo West.
Pastor
You
Taribo
know,
West,
so
old man.
It was an old man, but he played for Sharks. He played for
As
Sharks.
at the time those guys picked up, they got into the pinnacle.
No, but his first game, Taribo West's first game for Nigeria was in 1993, a friendly between Nigeria and Sweden, which Nigeria lost 3-1.
So you might want to spare him.
So he actually lasted for some time.
For some time. We have Idris from Niger State. We seem to have a lot of viewers from Niger State. Hello, Idris. Idris. Thank you for joining us, Idris. Oh, we lost Idris.
I think what we should be looking at again is getting these players into the Super Eagles. You know why I'm bringing this point? It took a long while for any coach of the Super Eagles to invite a player like Kelechi Iheanacho. Every coach giving the excuse is still very young. Even Sunday Oli says, how can you say he's still very young? When did the likes of Neymar play for Brazil? When did Samuel Eto'o play for Cameroon?
Michael Owen.
I mean,
And if Iheanacho
Owen
can
was
break
here, Michael Owen,
into the Manchester City.
City first
You
team
know?
to play
I don't know where,
to even
if
score his
it's
first
until
goal.
the player has grown birds before,
Rooney played
for
the
senior
first
team.
time for England at the age of 18. That's at the 2004.
So are we saying these
European
guys could actually try their
Nations
hands?
Cup.
That's the problem I have with our coaches
but
at the
the
senior
thing is,
level.
our coaches think that they are too young, they've not come of age and that. And
When
all
will you
that.
come of age?
It takes, you see, I will give an experience, something that happened that I witnessing in Kaduna. Daniel Amokachi was an SS2 student of Government College Krumi Mashi in Kaduna. My friend was the PA of the owner of Ranchers Beach Football Club. As a secondary school boy, Westerhoff invited him to the national team to play in the ECOWAS Cup. And after he played in the ECOWAS Cup hosted by Bauchi, we won the ECOWAS Cup. We beat Senegal, by penalties. The Senegalese said they were no longer playing because it had become dark, so they abandoned the match. We won the ECOWAS Cup. And then a month later, Amokachi was taken to the national team, the senior national team, where he played for us in the 1990 Nations Cup. And he blossomed. From there, he got the contract to go and play for Club Rouge. So he never played any of the junior cadres. In fact, when it was himself and Tajuddin Oyekomi, both of Ranchers Beach, that were invited the same time by Westerhoff. And people were saying, shouldn't Amokachi first play the junior cadre? But he was so strong, extremely muscular for his age.
The ball.
And he was young. It's real age, real age. SS2. So Westerhoff said, look, you are strong enough to play for the Super Eagles. That's why I went for you. They call him the bull now. He will charge against young, older people. They will fall. So it takes courage on the part of a coach to say, look, you are good enough to play for me.
I mean,
Jesse
take
Lingard
chances.
of Manchester United, you can see how Van Gaal is using him now.
Now, while we celebrate as a nation, there are lessons to be learned from this victory. Question have been raised about that despite the crisis plaguing the country, millions of Nigerians stay awake to see the team lift the trophy without ethnic or religious discrimination. In that case, where do we go from here as a nation? Are we truly, are there truly lessons to be learned from this particular victory of yesterday? And the Super Eagles, the Golden Eaglets, the president, we have an administration of 5 months. Jide, lesson to be picked up from this?
The lesson is for never to give up. Never to give up. I regret not believing in Amuneke. I regret not believing in this team. They've taught me a lesson now that, look, never say never. You can achieve your dreams. For me, that is the lesson. I never believed that this team could go this far. because we played badly in the African qualifiers. We placed fourth. If it were in the past when two or three teams were representing Africa, we would not even have qualified. You see? But the coach stuck to the team. He believed in his boys, he believed in himself, and he built a team of courageous Nigerians. And those boys were very, very focused. When Osimhen scored the first goal, he said, no jubilation.
Celebration.
You see, you saw them, they didn't jubilate. The second goal came, no jubilation. Because they were focused on winning. They knew they would be able to jubilate after winning.
It's a long,
so that's the way we should approach
long
things.
journey.
Yes, until you have the prize in your hand. Don't celebrate.
Well, for me, I think that...
My octopus.
Well, I think that, for every Victor Osimhen, for every Kelechi Nwakale, for every Lazarus, you have 1,001 of them still in this country playing street football.
Honestly.
What we need to do is to rejig our education system. People look at football and say this is a second religion. Like Jide was talking about, those who are shouting Biafra 2 days ago, last night they were shouting Nigeria, and they were up awake watching Nigeria.
Yes.
So I think that football gives us a ready to...
When Osimhen scored, nobody said Biafra.
He's a Nigerian. So what I think we need to do is to look at football and by extension sport as a national galvanizer, as a mobilization tool for national development. If we can do this, even the shadow work came from my secondary school. From the stories we had, the government even had to apply to WAEC to say, please stop his examination, let him go and play this football for Nigeria and come back and write his own examination especially. And he did well, today. So I think what we need to do is to look back at our schools, the mosquito team, the butterfly teams, and begin from there to build again.
Sure.
Juliet.
Just like he said, we just need the government to, give more support to sports, not just football, sports in total, because we've seen sports as a unifying tool. I remember President of the United States, Barack Obama, saying they found that football is a big game in the world. United States are not known for football, the normal football. So they have to put in a lot of resources into that, and we can see that's what that
MLS
has done. The MLS and all of that in the United States, even at World Cup, performing better. So we should put in much more money in sports. I mean, that's like taking away, it will even curb a lot of all this youthful exuberances and restiveness we see on the road.
I want to thank you, the queen of sports in Continental Broadcasting Services, Juliet Mafua. Thank you for gracing the program, hanging out with us today. And thank you, my octopus. Thank you so much for predicting 2-0. You predicted 2-0 it was. And my encyclopedia, Mama Jide Otitoji. Thank you. Jide will talk politics. Jide will talk sports. I don't know what else. And that's all on Journalists Hangout today. Join us tomorrow for a fresh episode. Watch the repeat broadcast of this program today at 11 p.m. and on TVC Entertainment at 5 a.m. in the morning. I'm Ayodele Ozubaku. See you tomorrow.